Today we're going to do section 1.2, which is more two-step equations. So we're going to add the equations that have a fraction coefficient in the front right here. Okay, it'll still be a two-step equation, but fractions we always have to be careful. So I'm going to look at the equation, look at the side with the variable. Okay, I have 2/3 x and I have a plus 4. I'm going to cancel the plus 4 first. Opposite of plus 4 is minus 4. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring down the 2/3 x. The 4's cancel, equal 10 minus 4 is 6. Okay, I'm rewriting this step just because it's my notes and I want you to be able to see the different steps. Okay, now I want to cancel the 2/3 in front of the x. Normally we divide, but if I divide by 2/3, that's going to be kind of messy. Okay, so I want to cancel the 2/3. I'm going to try to cancel the 2 and the 3 at the same time. Okay, so the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. That's 3/2. Okay, now I have a 3 on the top, a 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. If I do it to the left side, I do it to the right side. Okay, the reason I did that is because now the 2's cancel and the 3's cancel. So I got rid of both of them at the same time. Now, if you want to multiply this fraction in one step, you're welcome to do so. I do it in two just to be careful. And put a little 1 under there so I can keep track. And then when I multiply fractions, I multiply the numerators and the denominators. So in the numerator at the top, 6 times 3, I have 18. In the denominator, I have 1 times 2, so that's 2. And then, of course, if it will divide, I will divide it. So 18 divided by 2 is 9. So x equals 9. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. If you feel good, you can move ahead. Okay, I can see 5/3 x minus 8. Okay, I'm going to leave the 5/3 x alone. I want to cancel the minus 8 first. The opposite of minusing 8 is plusing 8. Then I'm going to bring down the 5/3 x. The 8's cancel, equals 2 plus 8 is 10. Okay, now I see that I have 5/3 x, and I'm going to try to cancel the 5 and the 3 at the same time. Okay, since the 5's at the top, I want a 5 at the bottom. Since the 3's at the bottom, I want a 3 at the top. If I do it to the left side, I must do it to the right side. Okay, and remember, if I did this right, the 3's cancel and the 5's cancel at the same time. Okay, I'm going to put the little 1 under here. Again, if you can do this multiplication in your head, that's fine. I split it into 2 steps just to be careful. So if I multiply the numerators, 10 times 3 is 30. 1 times 5 is 5. And then does that divide? 30 divided by 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 6. X equals 6. Okay, now the next ones are just going to start adding negatives or rearranging things. But you guys are pretty good at solving. So let's see. There's the x. So I have 10 plus 1/3 x. I'm going to leave the 1/3 x alone. I want to cancel the 10. And that is a positive 10. So to cancel the positive 10, I'm going to subtract 10. If I subtract it on the left, I subtract it on the right. Okay, the 10's cancel, so I'll bring down 1/3 x equals 4 minus 10. I mean, I can't really do 4 minus 10, but 10 minus 4 is 6, so 4 minus 10 is negative 6. Okay, I want to cancel the 1/3, so I'm going to multiply by 3/1. I'll do the same thing on the right side. Okay, remember, if I did it right, 3 cancels, 1 cancels. Equals, okay, you don't have to put the 1. It helps me keep track, so I go ahead and use it. Multiply the numerator, I get negative 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 18 divided by 1 is negative 18. Okay, and one thing to be careful of, because this had a negative, I kept the negative with the 6. You can put it on the 6 or the 1, but don't use it on both, because if you use it on both, they cancel each other out. Okay, I'm going up to D now. Let's see, I have negative 3/4 x plus 2. Okay, so I'm going to cancel the plus 2 first. I'll minus 2, minus 2. Okay, I'm going to bring down the negative 3/4 x. Okay, I like to put the negative either on the 3 or the 4. It doesn't matter which one, but you have to put it on only one of them. 11 minus 2 is 9. Okay, now this negative was in the middle. I put it with the 3. Again, you can put it with either number. It makes no difference to our final answer. But if you put it on both, it will make a difference. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, I want to cancel the 4, and I want to cancel the -3. Okay, and yours could be, your negative could be in a different place, but you should have only one negative sign on that fraction. Okay, so I'm going to cancel the -3's and I'm going to cancel the 4's. Equals, and I like to put the little 1. Again, you don't have to. Okay, let's see. 9 times 4 is 36. 1 times -3 is -3. And those divide, so I get -12. Okay, and if you put your negative in a different place on the fraction, we should still get the same result of -12. You just might have -36 divided by 3, or you might have a negative in the front of your fraction. But they're all equivalent, so any way you do it is fine. Okay, for E, I'm seeing if you're being careful with your signs. Let's see, I have 6 minus 2/5 x. I want to leave the minus 2/5 x alone. I'm going to cancel that 6. That 6 is positive because there's no sign in front of it. Since it's a positive 6, I'm going to subtract 6. When I bring down the 2/5 x, remember that is a minus 2/5 x. Okay, and you can put the minus in the middle, or you can give it to one of the numbers. 10 minus 6 is 4. Yeah, I put it on the 2. You could have put it on the 5, or you could have kept it in the middle, as long as you're consistent. Okay, so I want to cancel the 5 and the -2. Okay, and if you put your negative in a different place, that's fine. Just make sure at the end we get the same result. So I canceled my -2's and my 5's. Okay, now I'm going to multiply the numerators. 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times -2 is -2. 20 divided by -2. It's going to stay negative because there's one negative. 20 over 2 is 10. Okay, one more example, and then I'm going to have you try these on your own. Okay, let's see. I have x over 8 minus 6. So I'm going to cancel the -6 first. Plus 6 plus 6. X over 8 equals -11 plus 6 is going to be negative. And when I subtract, I get 5. Okay, now I want to cancel. Well, it's kind of strange. It only has the 8 at the bottom. So there's a couple ways to think about this. I want an 8 at the top to cancel it. Okay, if you want to put a little 1 at the bottom, you could, because this is technically like a 1 here. If you just want to put an 8 at the top, that's okay too. As long as we get the same answer, it's fine. Some people like to put the 8 at the top and they just don't put anything at the bottom. It's up to you. Okay, but the 8's are going to cancel. Technically the 1's cancel, but the ones that we didn't were optional. X equals -5 times 8 is -40. Okay, and if you got -40 divided by 1, that's okay, because -40 divided by 1 is still -40. Okay, you're going to go ahead and look at these practice problems. Try them, put them in your notebook. Okay, and then the answers are at the end, so you can check and make sure you're doing them correctly. Just work very carefully.